Welcome. This is day 18 of 30 days. 30 days of online lessons. You may have heard by now that I have bronchitis. I'm feeling okay. I am still feeling kind of under the weather and very tired, so I might repeat myself or ramble. So I apologize in advance. Let's do a few little warm-ups. I'm gonna be starting off with some gentle lip buzzes. So let's just start off with this easy one that I like to do. It's just a slide from the bottom of an octave to the top and back down on a lip buzz like this. Some people can't do a lip buzz. That's okay. If this is you, just do this. So push up your cheeks like this. If that doesn't help, that's okay. Just do it on an ah. It'll still work, I promise you. So here was the first exercise. And then guys, if you're singing with me, sing down there, okay? Here we go. Please keep going if you can. Let's go back down. If you had to drop out, just join back in where it feels comfortable. Hi, Faye. Remember to do it on an ah if you can't do a lip buzz, which apparently I can't right now. All right, let's go down into the lower part of our voices, and we're going to do it on a lip. I'm going to do it for you on a lip buzz as well. I should stop saying we're going to. Some people really have trouble with this. It just takes practice, but until you get it, you can do this, or you can just sing on an ah. That's totally fine as well. I'm going to do it on a lip buzz because that's what my voice likes to warm up on. So, so I'm going to start here and just slide down, just nice and easy. Don't force those low notes. They can be quiet. That is totally fine. I'm going to start here, and if you are a guy, lower voiced individual, start down the octave, okay? So guys down here, I'm going to start here. Here we go. So make sure you're sliding through the notes, that you're not going, and make sure you're not forcing those lower notes because that can cause strain. And did you know that those lower notes, thank you, Trinity. Did you know that those lower notes need your vocal cords to be relaxed? You don't want to tense up as you go down because your vocal cords will get tighter and they won't be able to help you get that pitch, okay? That was a nice little technical information for you. I always like knowing this because it helps me troubleshoot my own voice. Once again, lots of breath. Don't force your voice at the bottom. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we go. It's going to sound like this. And if you're a guy, down the octave. And if you have trouble making this lip buzz, just do it on an ah. That is totally fine. Okay, here we go. if your voice went all the way down. I have been teaching voice. Oh, I think I started doing it seriously probably in my late 20s. So almost 20 years. Almost 20 years, yeah. Yeah, it's been great. I do love it. I love singing slightly more. But I really love helping people discover, like unlock things in their voice they didn't know they could do. And then seeing and hearing them start to be able to enjoy singing with like in a new way. That's why when I'm teaching, I love to focus in on what a student does naturally and try to enhance it. And it, can be hard if a student comes in and they're like, they have, really a higher pitched, more soprano, very crystal clear. And they're like, I want to sing like Adele. And I'm like, I don't know. I can teach you the style, but you're not going to sound like her, and just make your peace with that. Like when I was growing up, I've loved many singers, but I loved Mary J. Blige. I loved her singing. And I always was like, oh, my voice sounds too pretty. And I wished my voice had that rasp to it and the kind of like cracks to it that Mary J. Blige's voice had. And it wasn't until I was a bit older that I appreciated, like, I have a very clear mezzo, like, and that's cool. Like, people enjoy it for what it is, and I don't want to be anybody else anymore, which is great, and I want that for my students. We did a slide, and we did a descending slide, so your voice should be kind of woken up, feeling okay right now. Let's do another lip buzz exercise. This one's going to be on an arpeggio. So an arpeggio sounds like this. Whoa, doesn't sound like that. Okay. I do it on a lip buzz because my voice is recovering and it really likes a lip buzz. You do not have to do it on a lip buzz. You can do it on an ah if you want. But if you want to try the lip buzz and it's difficult for you, just do this. Okay? All right, I'm going to start here. Any guys singing with me? Start down the octave. Okay, here we go. Keep going if it feels good. If it's too high, drop out. You can always come back. You can always come back in on the way down. Let's go back down. Come back in wherever it feels comfortable for you. right, so if you're singing with me, how does it feel? This exercise I do on a yawn. I want you to imagine that you were hired as a voice actor and on screen your character is yawning and you need to make the most realistic yawn sound that you can. I don't want you to go, so tired. That's not a real yawn sound. I want you to make the most realistic yawn that you can, okay? This is going to help you find the position. It positions your larynx the way that we're going to want for this exercise, okay? So, it's like this. This might actually make you yawn. It just made me yawn. That was fun. If it made you yawn, try to pay attention to how it feels right in here. You should feel a stretch right in here and back here. So this should feel like it's kind of expanding. And then this should feel like it's lengthening, okay? So, do you hear how much space is inside my mouth? It's the sound's kind of resonating versus like that. It's not as resonant. We want the more resonant one. Surprise, surprise, as singers. All right. So once you find that yawn position, we're going to use it in this exercise. We're going to go up a 5-note scale on the word ma. And we're going to start singing ma just as if we would normally sing it. Ma, right? And then as we go up, we're going to slowly expand this just like we're yawning until at the top we're singing almost like we're singing on a yawn, okay? This is what it sounds like. Ma. Do you see how the front of my mouth did not open up very much? But could you hear the difference in the sound quality? That was all happening back here and here. So once again, it's ma. Do not hold on to your chest voice. You need to go into your head voice, okay? So none of this ma. Do not do that. No. We don't yawn like that. We're not going to sing this exercise like that either, okay? Ma. I'm in my head voice here. That's where we want to end up. Okay. I'm going to start here. Guys can start down the octave. Okay, here we go. Ma. Use your breath. That's fine. Keep going. The important thing is the position. Okay, let's try one more. It's more difficult as you go higher. Let's do the mum arpeggio. So we're going to use this same position, the ma position, and we're going to feel like we're going to be singing while we're holding back a yawn. Find that yawn and then go mum, mum. That's what we're going to sing on. So all of these things, basically what we're doing is we're making your larynx tilt a bit down and forward. And we are stretching your vocal cords out so they're really thin, so that the transition from the lower part of your voice to the higher part of your voice feels easier. It's there, and there's less gripping of the chest voice, and it allows you to go into your head voice or falsetto more easily and just more naturally. So that's what's happening when I ask you to make that yawn position. It's not just because I'm having fun thinking of you all yawning at home and singing weirdly. It's not for that reason. The reason is there is an actual like physiological reason, and I'm trying to help you find this position with your larynx tilted and your vocal cords stretched out, so it makes that transition from the lower part of your voice to the higher one a lot easier. So we find this position by yawning, okay? And once you find the yawn, you can say mom, mom, mom. Hear how I'm not forcing my chest voice up? I'm just letting it go into the head voice. This is what we're going to do for this exercise. Whoa. Just on arpeggio and on the word mom. We're going to go mom, 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 mom. Doesn't need to be loud, can be nice and gentle. Just try to keep the yawn position, okay? Any guys joining me, join down the octave, okay? Oh, here we go. Mom, 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 mom. 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 Mom, 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 mom. Mom, 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 mom. Keep going if you can. Let's go back down. Come back in where it feels comfortable. Hey there, Dane. Hey there, Dane. Hey there, Dane. Guys can join me down the octave. Mom, 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 mom. 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 Mom, 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 mom. All right. Did you find the yawn position? Were you able to find it? Let me know if you found it. Now let's do some exercises to isolate the different placements. I have explained placements almost every live lesson that I've done. So if you want a deep dive, please go back to my previous lesson, lesson 17 or lesson 16, and I explain a little bit more in depth about the vocal placements. But I'm going to go through them really quickly now. So we have the chest placement, which is different than chest voice. It's kind of aiming or where the sound's resonating in your body. We have mouth placement, and then we have nasal placement, okay? So we're going to aim the sound at different parts of our body. I like to think about this as stops on a train track. The train track would go from like here to here, and your voice is the train, and your voice has to, like lower pitches are going to be down here, and then medium pitches are going to be here, and then higher pitches are going to resonate here. And you can't leave your voice, your train here, but be trying to reach the stop up here. All that is going to do is create tension because you're going to be like pushing but not allowing your voice to rise to the placement that it needs to be to get that pitch. Okay? So these are kind of meant to help you find those like train stops along the way. And then we'll do some exercises that help you move fluidly back and forth between them. This is like one of the main things that helped me as a singer that's really, really changed how I sing for the better. So let's start off with the chest placement. So this one I call the Santa voice, okay? So again, imagine that you have been hired to play Santa and you need to go and give the best ho 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 sound that you can at the mall, all right? I don't want you to go ho 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 ho. No one's gonna believe you're Santa, okay? You gotta go. You gotta use a Santa voice. You gotta go ho 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 ho. Do you hear how the sound is resonating here and it gives it kind of a warm and darker? You can kind of hear the difference in the sound, right? Okay, I want you to give that a try. Sometimes it helps to be a little bit goofy with it because if you take it too seriously, you'll like tense up because you're trying so hard. So just get goofy with it and let your voice naturally go into those sounds. And you'll start discovering parts of your voice that you didn't know you could access. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start here. Guys can start the octave down. All right, we're talking about placements. That was the chest placement. We're going to do the mouth placement. So that's very close to where you speak. I want you to be thinking about the sound is kind of sitting right inside your mouth, like right on the top of your tongue, right there. I do this one on a la. And I want you to think that you're like speak singing. So you're half speaking, half singing. La 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 la. Okay, do you hear the difference? Oh, la 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 la. Just where I'm placing it, where it's resonating more, is the kind of tone that you get. So let's try and speak sing this on a la. La 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 la. If you're a guy, you can sing down the octave. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay. So remember how I was talking about how your placements are kind of like a train track that run from here to here. So as you get higher in your mouth placement, you're going to need to start to shift towards the nasal placement. You don't want to get stuck right here or it'll really limit you and you'll start feeling uncomfortable. You'll either be forcing your chest voice too high and causing tension, or you will be forced to go into your head voice before you want to. You can always go into your head voice, but stylistically, it might not work. Some songs, you want that like punchy chest voice sound. And so this placement is really going to help you be able to keep it for a few notes more and help you access your mixed voice as well. So we got about up to about here. This is pretty high for most people. Usually you're going to start feeling a little tension. La 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 la, maybe there, or la 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 la. Your voice is going to start to feel like I got to do something. Either I have to push harder or I have to go into my head voice. That's a sign. You need to either go into your head voice or shift your placement up to the nasal. So did you hear how I was getting slightly brighter and brighter as I went higher. If my voice is the train on the tracks and it's going higher and higher on the placements, you'll hear it kind of getting brighter and brighter, more towards the nasal sound, okay? So, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Did you hear it get hey more towards there, that part of my voice? I hope you heard. The nasal placement is up here. It's very bright, and you want to really shut off any kind of self-criticism or self-judgment while you're doing this, because it will not be a pretty sound, and it is not supposed to be. If it's a pretty sound, you're not doing it right, okay? It's got to be a very, very isolated nasal sound. Sometimes I say it's like kids in the schoolyard. Nya, 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 nya. That would be like the chest voice sound. Yeah, like that. If you go into head voice, you can still do this, but it has more of the the Wicked Witch of the West kind of sound. The that kind of sound. But either way, it's just a very super isolated nasal placement, okay? Things that can help you with this are getting rid of your jaw tension, because tension here, like if you go, all these muscles tighten up and then they prevent the sound from going where it needs to go. It kind of prevents the freedom of the sound. Other things could be, I raise up my cheek muscles and do like a fake smile. Nay! It helps kind of focus the sound here, or feel like you're turning up the corners of your mouth. We want it up here. So do a little fake smile, raise your cheek muscles, and do it on a nay. Let's do it on a 5-note nay. We'll go nay, 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 nay. So remember how I said, yeah, 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 yeah. I don't want it to be pretty. Nay, 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 nay. Thanks, Rihanna. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. You can go into your head voice if you want. Just do the witchy sound. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Let's go down. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. Nay, 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 nay. All right, so we've done all 3 of the placements. Why don't we close off with a little cool down? We're just gonna go. Okay, if you're a guy and singing with me, start down here. And then let's do a few sirens on a lip buzz. That sounds like this. A 5th slide. again. All right, that's going to be it. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you again tomorrow night.